In the last class, we had a simple chart that we implemented in Power BI, right? Now, in today's class, we'll start digging deeper and deeper, and we'll try to figure out which chart I can use for what type of chart. I mean, what type of data. Okay. So let's get started. I'll open Power BI desktop. I hope everyone has installed this. It's a very straightforward installation if you have a Windows machine. And let's have this open. And once you open, you can always go to the blank report. And this is a visual that we had implemented in the last class. Yeah. So this is the first visual we have implemented in our last class, right? Now, the question comes is, anyone can do this drag and drop. Anyone can do this drag and drop, but how effective you're going to build the visuals, right? So in this, can I do this? Or can I do this? Right? Or can I do this? Or can I do this? Or can I do this? So all the question arises is, which chart I can use for what type of visual, I mean, what type of data, right? Now, for that purpose, we are going to design one formula. We are going to design one formula. Okay. This formula for charts, nowhere in internet you'll get it. Okay. This formula is completely designed by KSR. The way you need to remember about the charts, the way you need to remember about the what type of data that you have, we have come up with a specific use case, and with that specific use case, we are going to build some visuals. Okay. Now, to get started, let's have a simple visual now. Okay. Now, let me take this visual, right? This is a click number 1. And here we have set of columns. Now, first thing you need to understand is, for certain columns, you don't see anything here. Observe carefully. For certain columns, you don't see anything here. For certain columns, you see some summation symbol. For certain columns, you see some like a box type, correct? Now, this is what you see here, correct? Now, what we have to do is, first you need to understand what is this columns, what is the summation columns, and what is this date columns, right? So in order to explain this, I'll go to the data table. This is the data that we have. Now, any column which has a string value, that means it has like a text value, we call that as a categorical data, right? So any column which has a string value, this is called categorical data. Categorical data, categorical data, categorical data, categorical data, categorical data. Okay. So something which has a number, we call it as a numerical data, right? So something which has a number, which is countable, we call it as a numerical data. And there are 2 columns which also has the date. Shipping date and order date, we call them as a date data type. So overall, at this point of time, we are discussing only about 3 type of data that we have. The one which you see the summation symbol is called a numerical data. The one which you don't see anything, you call it as a categorical data. Example, category, city, country, customer ID, name. You don't see any symbol here. So this we consider as a categorical data. And something which you see as a box type, a calendar type, we call it as a date data type. Okay. Now 3 data types we have. Now you may ask me, customer ID is actually having a number, whereas order ID is also having a number. But why is that it is categorized as categorical data? Because it is a combination of both numbers and text. So in that case, the preference will be given to text. So that is why these are all called categorical data, right? Now remember, before doing any chart, you need to understand what is categorical data, what is numerical data, what is a date data here. So any text value or a string value, which is like a name, segment, country, city, state, all these are called categorical data. Something which is countable, or it can be like summed up, which we call it as profit, sales, quantity, discount. All these are called numerical data. And there are 2 dates which we have, order date and ship date. We do have the date data type. Okay. So far, so good. Now, next thing is we'll go and do one visual. Okay, we'll go and do one visual. So we have the skeleton. We have the skeleton. I need to drag something here. I need to drag something here. So let me go and drag subcategory to this x-axis and sales to the y-axis. Okay. You're all experienced. You know how to use computers. You're all using laptops, right? But still, I would strongly suggest you to buy a mouse for your Power BI reports. Don't try to play with your touchpad on your mouse. It's very hard. You'll start hating the tool. If you want to enjoy the tool, first buy one mouse. Okay, buy one mouse because it makes your work very easy. You cannot go and drag and drop with a touchpad easily. It becomes very hard. So I would prefer you to use a mouse. I've been using system for almost 15 years now. I still use mouse. Okay, it's convenient for me to draw visuals. Okay, now first thing I've dragged here. Okay, the next thing is I've added subcategory and I've added sales. Now remember this page number 4, and I will do again the same thing. Let's do that. Say again the same thing. Okay, I will add the subcategory here. Now I'll add the sales to this. So both are same visuals, right? Now tell me, my client, who is actually the CEO of Amazon, who is asking me, hey, can you give me a report telling me that which product is making how much of sales? So that's what we have done here. Okay, phones, chairs, storage, tables, binders, we do have a set of sales made by each and every product. Now tell me, very straightforward question. Is it visible? Is it visible? Can anyone see this and read it properly?
No.
No. Remember
No.
this word. I keep telling this every now and then. Your BI reporting is all about readability. Readability. If someone who's seeing this visual, they should go and figure out what exactly it is. They should not wait for someone to explain. They should understand by themselves. They should understand by themselves. And now that is what is needed. That is what is needed. So let's do one thing. For page number 4 is just like a plain visual. Page number 5, let's format it. Okay, let's format it. So let's go and select this first. Just observe what I'm doing, okay? And please observe my movement itself. I'm not going to touch my keyboard. Okay, I'm not going to touch my keyboard. So I'll go here, format your visual. X-axis is there. This is called X-axis. This is called Y-axis. I'll go to the X-axis. In X-axis, I'll increase the font. Okay, and it's actually in the green color, gray color. Let me make it black color. And since you people are watching it from your mobile, I'll make it bold. Okay, then this is all about values. Now let's get into the title. So title also, let's keep it like bold. Let me keep it as dark blue. Okay, clear. Now let's go for y-axis. In the y-axis, again, this is called the values. This is called the title. I'll go to title and let's make it bold. And let's make it blue. And let's come for values. Values also, I'll make it 12 and I'll make it black. Okay, so far, so good, correct? Now, I don't like colors. I think I've told you this. I don't like colors. I don't like blue colors. So let me go here. Okay, in the color, what I'll do is I'll choose a color. Orange, purple, red. You do whatever color you want. Okay, now here we can, this is a category which is actually selected as all. Since you have selected as all, the color you choose will be applicable for everyone. I mean, every category. If you want specific colors, select phone, select one orange color. Next, select chairs, go and give this color. Next, again, go here and select this. Again, go here, binders. Okay, again, go and give yellow color. And again, after that, go over the select next one, machines, and make it gray color. It's looking good, right? It's looking good, right?
Yes, sir.
Yes.
No, it isn't.
Please do remember, we are all not going for any Rangoli competition here. Okay, no one is asking you to do this type of coloring. Again, we are not going for any Rangoli competition. It has to be as simple as possible. Just because it is allowing me to color like this doesn't mean that I have to color this. Okay, this is a very much a wrong way of visualizing. This doesn't give you any information. Please, I request you, ever don't go and color like this. We are not going for any coloring competition. All we need is how the readable the visuals are. Okay, now again, go back to fonts, change the color. Okay, uh, don't do all this. There is a button called reset to default. Just click that reset to default. Automatically the color will change, and just directly go and choose one color which you feel like. Okay, which you feel like, and we will do this. Okay, so this is all about coloring. See how the visual was. The visual was like this. Now I've made it like this. Okay, now next we'll go back, we'll do a few of the other changes. I want to know how much sales this each bar is, right? See, now what I need to do, I need to go and keep a mouse over. If I keep a mouse over, it is telling subcategory has made a 3,30,000, chairs has made 3,28,000, storage has made 2,23,000. Where here also I can give it, this is called mouse over. You keep your mouse on this bar, automatically it will tell you. But what if the clients don't do that? What if the clients don't do that, right? In that case, you can always go, and there is a button called data label. You simply go and switch on the data label. You simply go and switch on the data label. Okay, once you switch on the data label, again you can see the orientation, right? You see that orientation, right? It is horizontal. If you want to change it to vertical, the value will turn upside down, right? Again, I'm telling, readability is very important. You cannot force your clients to turn 90-degree and to read this. This is not the right way. Let's keep it as simple as possible. Let's make it horizontal. Okay, and there is something called position. See, day one you may not be familiar with all these features. Slowly you will also learn it, so don't think too much about this. Don't overthink whatever I'm just telling, just focus it. Okay, so we have kept this like orientation is a horizontal or vertical, that's fine. Now there is a position. In the position, automatically it has choose auto, which is the usually the preferred one. If you go and click inside end, it will come inside. If you go and give outside end, it will come outside. If you go and see inside center, it will come in the center. And if you go and see inside base, it will go in inside base. So usually I don't prefer this inside base because the last three values are vanished. It is not able to fill within this, right? So it's not able to get this. Now, sorry for that. Now we were actually trying to make this better, right? We are just doing a formatting. So initially the visual was like this. Initially the visual was like this. Now we are trying to make it better. So here what we have done is we have just went to the data labels. Into the data labels, it's all about orientation vertical and horizontal. And inside this, it's up to you whether you want to give like this, whether you want to give like this, or you want to give like this. But usually the preferred one is auto. But it's not that clear, right? So let's make it even more clear. So this values is there, right? If you switch off this button, it will disappear. Now I will switch on this. I'll make sure that I'll adjust it whatever I need. Let's say let's make it 12 and let's make it bold. And if you feel like having a different color, go for it. Go for it, right? Now this is what is needed. Not like coloring one bar with one. That doesn't look good for us, right? Now here we have this. We have this. Now what we are going to do with this, we are going to add some presentation. Like imagine that we are going to present this to our CEO. Okay, so let's make it better. So fine, we have added all this. Now let's make it go to the generalized one and add some title. Okay, add some title. There is already a title. Let's make it better. This is a title. I'll put it somewhere around, let's say 15. and I'll put it in the bold. And here I can put it either center. This is a center based. This is a left side, right side, left side, center. Let's keep it center, and let's make it white color, and background, let's make it black color. Okay. And if you want, you can also add some effects. In the effects, you can actually add a visual background, shadows. You can see that shadow has been added, right? In the outer field, you can see there is a shadow. See how it was? It was a very plain visual. Now I made it better. Now I made it better. Okay. Now this doesn't stop here. Let's do even more better. Who is the CEO of Amazon? Anyone?
Jeff Bezos.
I'm just looking for a good visual. Okay. Okay, this looks good. What I'll do, I'll go here. I'll download this, save image as. Okay. And I'll just say Amazon CEO. I'll save this. Now I'll go here. In this, let me go here. There is a plot area background. Just browse the visual you just downloaded. Okay. And just go to a fit. Visual is a bit big, but apart from that, see, this I can easily present to my CEO, right? Imagine he's the CEO. I can present. Now tell me, this is good or this is good? Which is good?
Second one.
All over the visual which I've done, did you see anywhere that I have used my keyboard except for downloading the visual? Did I use anywhere my keyboard?
No.
No. Now that's how you have to present it, right? See, anyone can do this. Anyone can do this. But what is important is how you can visualize. Hardly it took me 5 minutes to do this. It hardly took 5 minutes to do this. Now that's what is required when you are presenting a report. Suddenly they will ask you, can you generate a report where I can go and present it to my leadership team? I can present it to my CEO. I can present it to my CFO. You just need to go and get this implemented. Right? Now, where you will get problems, I'll tell you. Where you'll get problems, I'll tell you. This is fine, right? But what if I had this year and I had this year? See, is it readable? Can you ever see the visuals? No, right? Let me show here. In this visual, let me show this, okay? This is fine. I'll tell you where you may make mistake. I'll tell you where you may make mistake. Subcategory you will add here and sales you may add here. Now this is where you are messed up the data. Now this is where you have to take a extra precautions. How to do it? Where to add? Which value to add? It's a categorical data or a numerical data. Now that is what is important, right? Now that is what is important. Now this doesn't even seems like a visual. Now please make sure that every single visual you add first, imagine whether it is understandable for you, then think about others, right? So first you think, is it readable? No. I keep telling you this again and again and again. Even in your sleep, you need to tell that. In terms of visualization, the first thing that you should remember is readability. The visual should be readable. If someone sees this visual, they should understand. What they're understanding here? Nothing, right? Nothing. Now, if you go and add clearly here, let's say category I had here, then sales I had here, it's clearly visible, right? Phones had made the highest sales of 330K. Followed by chairs, they have made a sales of 328K. Now, this is what is readable. Now, this is what we are expecting from you, not about what you do, how you do, and what clarity is the visual, right? For this, let's see how we can remember this. We are going to design one formulas. Okay, so we are going to design one formulas, and this formulas you have to remember. As I said, nowhere in Google you'll get this. Okay, nowhere you'll get this. Only KSR has defined this. Okay, this is for charts formula. The first chart which we will be learning is this chart. This chart is actually called as column chart. I repeat, this chart is actually called a column chart. Don't ask me why it is called stack column chart. That you will be getting to know at this point of time. You just imagine that as column chart. Okay, now in this column chart, let's go back to our basics. Let's go back to our basics. In your childhood days, not childhood days, I would say when you're in the college, right? When you were in college, I would say 9th or 10th standard, you had something called mathematics. In mathematics, you had three things, right? One was called geometry, one was called algebra. What was the other one? What was the other one? I forgot.
Trigonometry.
Trigonometry, yeah? Okay. Now, in your childhood days, you would have definitely plotted one graph, right? This was one graph. Now, please do remember, this is called y-axis, this is called x-axis, right? So this is what we call it as x-axis, this is what we call it as a y-axis. Now, at this point of time, I would say that imagine there is a bar like this. Imagine there is a bar like this, right? Now, this bar, if you see, has to be a categorical data, and this has to be a numerical data, like how much of sales they have made, right? $5,000, $10,000, $15,000, $20,000. Now this is called numerical number. This is called categorical data, right? So what I would prefer is, this is called column chart, right? This is called column chart because it is in a column. Each is a column. So this is called column chart. Now in column chart, the formula that I have to apply is, please do understand that your column chart formula is, wherever you have to analyze one categorical data plus one numerical data, in that case, you have to go with column chart. Very simple formula. Wherever you want to analyze one categorical data with one numerical data, blindly go with this column chart. Okay. Now, let's go back and check. Yes, this is a categorical data, subcategory. You don't see anything here. Even if it is a doubt for you, you go to the table, see what is a subcategory. See what is a subcategory, and you feel like subcategory is a character, that is a string, and finally you see what is the sales. Sales is a numerical value. You can see there is a summation symbol. So one categorical data, one numerical data, this is what is a formula that we have used. So I would say this is the right combination. You can use it. The right combination, you can use it for your visual. Now this is fine. Okay, this is fine. Now let's add, this is also numerical data, and in the x-axis also I will add in numerical data. So both are numerical data. Both are numerical data. Okay, to make it simple, what I'll do, I'll drag it to the back end here, and for now I'll remove the back end visual. Okay, just for explanation purpose I had given. Now let's remove this. Now let's take a step-by-step process. Now this was readable. One categorical data, one numerical data, perfect visual. This is called the perfect visual. One categorical data, one numerical data. This is a KSR's formula. One C means it's one categorical data. One N means it's one numerical data. So this is a very much right way of doing it. Okay. Now, I will also tell you not acceptable. Not acceptable. I'll tell you what not acceptable. In case there is a way that you have to analyze numerical data along with numerical data, in that case, this chart is useless. This chart is useless. Whenever you want to analyze two numerical values, profit versus sales, this chart is called unfit chart. This chart is called unfit. Okay, this is called unfit. You can never use this. So I would say if you want to analyze one numerical plus one numerical, I will never ever accept this. Okay, I can simply say that not acceptable or unfit. Unfit. Never ever use this. See how it is? It's not about designs. It's not about color. It's all about readability. Is it readable? No. Even God cannot read this. What is this? Practically not possible to read this. Just like it's like a line. Never ever use this column chart if you have two numerical values. For two numerical values, there are other charts. There are so many charts here. We will see what chart is fit for this combination. But in the column chart, I would say if you want to analyze one categorical data and one numerical data, blindly go for column chart. Is this clear? Yes?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Now,
Yes. Is this
let's see.
static column chart or column chart?
Sorry?
Is this stacked column chart or column
No,
chart?
it's just a column chart. For now, it's a column chart. Okay. Just a column
okay.
chart. Let's see why it is called stack chart. We will see later. Okay.
Yes,
Now, here, how to make it readable? I'll get this category here. Okay. Now, I will give you certain conditions. You tell me whether it's fit or unfit. The answer should be fit or the answer should be unfit. Okay. Now,
Unfit.
at least in the second day of the charts, are you able to guess what is correct and what is wrong? There is nothing rocket science here. Just observe. If it is readable for you, everyone in this world will read. If it is not readable for you, no one in the world will read. That should be the attitude going forward. Readable, not readable. This is not readable. This is not readable. Okay. Now, let's do it. One more correction now. Okay. Now, carefully observe. Carefully observe. One more chart I will do. Listen carefully. Okay. One more chart I'll do. I'll go here. I'll drag this here. Subcategory I'll add here. Very good. Let me add instead of sales, let me add profit. Okay. Is it profit is correct? Very good. Maybe it's giving a negative, but it's fine. So categorical data with the numerical data, perfect. Go here, x-axis, make it 13, make it bold, and make it black. Okay. Then similarly, y-axis, make it 13, make it bold, make it black. And I don't like blue color. Let's get this blue color. Let's make it some pink color. And for now, what I'll do, I'll take sales only because of negative. Let me take sales only. Okay, so far so good. Now I'll go to general. I'll put the title. I'll put the title into center part. A background color, let's make it black. Text color, let's make it white. And all good, right? Now I'll give you 1 minute time. This chart is really good. Fonting also is correct, right? Fonts also I've corrected. Now, here, let me also add the data labels. Let me also add data labels. Okay, so let me add the data labels and let me go to the values. Let's increase it. Let's make it bold. Okay, and in fact, make it some other color also. All good. I'll give you 1 minute time. Try to find one mistake in this chart. One
sir.
mistake.
Hello.
Yes.
Subcategory name not bold.
Some of the cells means that and subcategory numerical and category wise not bold, and also
Not good.
font size is different.
Which font size is not good?
Category and some of the
That's fine. That's fine. That's fine. It's not a mistake, right? What else?
Labeling the subcategory.
Appliances.
Yeah, some of
Appliances.
it is not the correct label.
What is a mistake in this chart?
Subcategory titles are not visible. Accessories, appliances.
Okay. Now I'll ask a question to you. Just observe and tell me. This portion is there, right? Can you see this? Yes. Can you see this bar?
Yes.
Oh, yes.
The bar which you're seeing on the screen, right? Tell me, is it for appliances or is it for furnishing?
Appliances.
See properly. See properly and tell me.
For appliances.
Furnishing.
Appliances only.
Appliances.
Confusion, not properly aligned.
Not properly aligned, right? You will get confused. You'll get confused. You will not know either it's appliance or furnishing. That's a first mistake. That's a first mistake. Second mistake. What is the second mistake? What do you mean by dot, 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 dot? Am I a computer to understand this?
It's a incomplete.
The word is so big. The word is so big that it is not able to fit in the visual, right? The word is so big, it is not able to fit within the visual, right? Now, let's try to achieve this. Okay, let's try to achieve this. I went to the Power BI, format your visual. This is what I need to correct. This is what I need to correct. So I went for y-axis. I thought, is there anything like I can put it into a 90 degree? Okay, I thought, can I have a full words? See, first of all, I am misclassifying that dot, 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 and I'm also not able to figure out. Boss, what is this, boss? I'm not able to understand what it is. Also, you have given dot, dot, dot. What will I do if my client see? Now, let's go and try to figure out. But unfortunately, in the y-axis, you have only two options. One is value, one is title. There is nothing like I can rotate it. I cannot rotate this. I cannot rotate this.
No? Sorry, this is x-axis, right? We are talking
Y-axis. Oh, sorry, x-axis, correct. So in the x-axis, if you see values, you see title. Nothing else. You have values option, you have title option. There is something called layout. Let's see what is this. Okay, now it's coming. But what is this? What is this? Scroller, right? What is this? Scroller. At any point of time, I can never expect my clients to carry a mouse. They will not scroll it and see, right? Now, this is not an option. I will ignore this. This is not the one which I need. What else option is there? Nothing. Values, title. So I asked Power BI, you being one of the best business intelligence tool in the market, you haven't even given me an angle option where I can rotate my text. Now Power BI says, no, I cannot give this. In Power BI, we don't have an option to rotate this text. You can change the font, you can change the color, you can change the like whatever you want, right? You want however you want to change everything you do, but this angle, I am not going to give you option. There is an option which is called, you can adjust it, but still it is not readable. Is it readable? Even though I have changed it, is it readable? Still the dot, dot, dot is coming. This is not an angle. This is either it's horizontal or vertical. That's all, right? I am not able to specifically give an angle. So that's why it's losing its readability. I don't want to see this dot, 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 dot. You being considered as one of the best business intelligence tool, why do you have these dots? I don't want. I don't want, right? Now, we asked Power BI, boss, what is this, boss? You are one of the best intelligence tool in the market and you can't even support a good readability. So it says that, don't worry. As an alternative, I will give you another chart. I'll give you another chart. Just beside this, there is another chart called bar chart. Now tell me, is there any mistake? I asked a way to change the angle, but it says that no, I don't have. If you want, you take another visual. This visual is called bar chart. The one which we did previously was column chart. This is column chart. I had some problem, but here, this is bar chart. Is there any issue in this chart? Is there any issue in this chart?
No, sir.
No.
No. Same concept. This chart becomes very good if you are focusing on one categorical data, one numerical data. Okay, same formula. Same formula. But when it will become unfit, I'll tell you. Here also you try to add a numerical and numerical. Wow, very good design. See how thin line they have drawn? It's very good, right? It's very good, right?
No.
It's unfit.
Unfit, right? It's a unfit. So I would say that it has to be categorical data with the numerical data. So any visual you take, see, again, I'm telling you, this compared to this and compared to this, I am not here to debate. Which is good for your particular use case, you go and use it. I did not use a column chart because column chart, there was a bit of readability issue. So readability issue. That's why I did not use it. But when I changed it, it was good, right? So similarly, here also, if you see, right? In this case, either you change here, it's good. Either you change here, it's good. Both are good here. Both are good. It is completely your wish. If you want to go with this chart, you go. If you want to go with this chart, you go. But why specifically for this chart? Why specifically I'm going for this? Is this gives you a good readability. But whereas this was actually dropping the readability. That's the only reason. And if you ask me, is this a good chart? Is this a good chart? I cannot debate. Both are same because the formula is same. If you want to analyze one categorical data, one with one numerical data, the best chart that you can have is bar chart or a column chart. Within that column chart and bar chart, you decide. If you want to go with bar chart, you go with it. If you want to go with the column chart, you go for it. One chart, I was okay with column chart. It was very good, right? In this case, right? In this case, right? Column chart was very good. See here? Column chart was very good. No issues, right? Even if I do this also, no issues. No issues. But here it was a problem. Here it was a problem. So this had a problem, and that is one particular reason that instead of going for this chart, I will go for this chart. Is that clear? All good?
Yes, sir.
Now tell me, is column chart is good or bar chart is good?
Both are good.
Both are good. Very good. So this is not acceptable. Not acceptable. Okay. Now, let's focus on one important parameter. Okay. In between, I will add OK. OK combination. OK combinations means OK acceptable. Not the best, but acceptable. Okay, now listen carefully. Very important. Very important. Column chart or the bar chart, the right combination is one categorical data and one numerical data. See here, this one categorical data, one numerical data. Okay, now carefully observe. Carefully observe. The moment I add a categorical data, it will just give like categorical data. It will just give like categorical data. But the moment you add a numerical data, it is actually taking sum of sales. It is actually taking sum of sales. That means I am dragging sales and it is taking sum. So instead of, if I take a sum with respect to phones, what is the total sales? With respect to chase, what is the total sales? With respect to storage, what is the total sales? It's actually giving you a right way. That is why I said categorical data with the numerical data. This chart is beautiful. Now, here I will take numerical and numerical. Numerical and numerical, it's completely going on toss. So this is not acceptable. This is not acceptable, right? So this is acceptable. This is not acceptable. Now, what I will do, I will take a subcategory, and here also I'll take category. Here also I will take category. Let's say I'll take customer name. I'll take a customer name. So this also I take a categorical data. This also I take a categorical data. But in the y-axis, it is actually expecting a number. In the y-axis, it is actually expecting a number. But I am giving a categorical data. So what is a categorical data? Customer name. This is a customer name. Customer name. So customer name, I cannot submit Santosh plus Anand plus Kiran plus Mahesh plus, we cannot add it. It's practically not possible. But what we can do, we can count it. That count is a measure, right? Now in this group, we have 60 plus people. Govindraju plus Aarti plus Abhilash plus Amruta plus Anand plus Ankit plus Santosh. Does it make sense? No. But what is important? The total number. How many of them attended the class? 65, 70. That count is going to be very helpful for me. So here, even though you add a categorical data, it is converting that into a count. But still, the visual is okay, good. It is readable. How do you consider whether it's good or bad? If it's readable, it's good. For me, is it readable? Yes, it's readable. It is readable. So I would simply consider this as categorical data and categorical data. I would consider we can still go for it. We can still go for it. But that categorical data which I've added here, it is converted into count. So it's a numerical value that is actually converting as a numerical value. This one, even though it's a customer name, it is taking the count. That is why you see the count. Even though it's a categorical data, it is considering as a count. Count is a valid number irrespective of whatever it is. Irrespective of whatever you take name, its count is still valid. Count is still valid. How many of them attended the batch? 65. How many of them attended the batch? 70. It is readable. So this still falls into a readable. So numerical and numerical, I'm sorry, you can never apply it. But categorical plus categorical, though you've added a categorical and categorical, that categorical in the y-axis, it has taken as a count. So I would say this is still okay for me. This is still okay for me. Okay combination, not the best. But in case if you feel like a categorical data with categorical data, that categorical data, if you feel you can get it in a count, go for it. Go for it. Is this clear? Is the formulas clear? All good?
Yes.
Okay. Now, let's do that same thing for this one. Okay. Let's do that same thing for this one. I'll make it this one. Okay. Categorical data, numerical data. This is a best chart. Categorical data with numerical data. So categorical data with numerical data, best chart. Now numerical data with numerical data going on toss. Not at all acceptable. Now what I will do, Here, I'll take the categorical data. Here also, I'll take the categorical data. But here it is taking as a count. So it's still readable. So I can say that this is still readable. Successfully, we have completed 2 charts where this is a right combination you can have. Never ever use this charts for numerical and numerical. And here, OK combination is 1C plus 1E. Categorical data. But make sure that the another categorical data which you have added, it will turn into a numerical count. That is acceptable. Are we good? Yes?
Santosh, one doubt. Date data type we cannot use with for these
We'll
charts?
see that. We'll see. We are going till categorical and numerical. In the later part of the course, you will be seeing about the numerical values. At this point of time, our main focus will be categorical with categorical.
Okay, thanks.
Any questions? Are we good?
Yeah, it's good.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, it's good.
Now, I always want to stop the class with a problem. Okay. I always want to stop the class with a problem. Let's see what is a problem. Let's see what is a problem. This is one chart. Okay. There's one chart. I'll change this here and I'll add a data labels. Okay. And in the data labels, I will make sure that the values is bit bigger and make it bold. Okay. Now this is one chart. Now the second chart I will take, copy paste I'm doing. You don't do copy paste. Okay. You don't do copy paste. In this, I will take instead of category, instead of region, let me take category. Okay. And I'll change the color. Now, very simple question. Totally, we have 22 lakhs. Okay. Totally, we have 22 lakhs, which is nothing but 2 million. In this 2 million, 0.83 million technology has made, 0.74 furniture has made, 0.72 office supply has made. Similarly, 2.2 million, 0.73 million is made by West, 0.67 is made by East, 0.5 is made by Central, 0.39 is made by South. Very simple, straightforward question. Very simple, straightforward question. In technology, we have this much of sales, right? I want to know in this, how much is made by East region? How much is made by West region? How much is made by Central region? How much is made by South region? Very simple question. See, in India, we have phone sales. From Kashmir to Kanyakumari, we have a phone sales. Now, in this phone sales, my question is, which state, which region, that is a South, North, or West, or East, which one has contributed to the most sales? This is what I wanted to get. In order to answer this question, if you are very new to Power BI, you will do 2 visuals. One sales with respect to category, one sales with respect to region. You will simply go and click here. Okay, when you simply go and click here, you can see that the technology 8.3 is breaking up into East-West region. Okay. Can you see that? This 0.83 sales in the technology, this is, see, there is no relation between this visual and this visual. Both are 2 different visuals. Both are 2 different visuals. But if I select this, automatically other visual is getting filtered. Automatically other visual is getting filtered. Now 0.83 sales from the technology is coming from 0.25 from East, 0.25 from West, 0.17 from Central, 0.15 from South. If you add up everything, this will give the technology sales. If I click furniture, again furniture, this is also getting divided. If I click office supply, automatically it is getting divided. So can I say that in Power BI, visuals are interactive? I did not give any connection here, but one, if I change, automatically it is changing other thing. Is that clear? All good?
Yes.
Now
Yes.
tell me, this is really good, but the case is like operation successful, patient dead. You're able to answer the question with respect to technology or with respect to office supply, how much each region is contributing. Perfect. But operation success, patient dead. You know why? For answering single question, you are doing two different charts. For answering simple question, what client has asked with respect to technology, I want to see how much each region is contributing. You have taken two visuals. You have taken literally two visuals. For one question, if you take two visuals, client will ask 100 questions. Will you do 200 charts?
No, sir.
No.
Now, in order to overcome this question's answer, we have a third chart which is called
Stacked bar chart.
stack to column chart. First, we'll see column chart, stack to column chart. Okay, why? I am able to get this. I'm able to get this with respect to technology. How much each is contributing? I'm able to get this. But the biggest problem is to answer one question, why you have to do two charts? This is not preferable. Can I do this in one chart? Can I do this in one chart? Well, in the next class, we are going to work with one chart. Nothing I will do in this chart. I will simply go and add a region into the legend. Automatically, in the same technology, I will get to know what each region is contributing. This is called stacked chart. What exactly is a formula? How to overcome this? What is fit? What is not fit? What is okay? We will see in the next class. This is what I was able to do it in one visual. What you're doing in two visuals, see, in the technology 0.83, right? West is 0.25, east is 0.25, 0.17, 0.5, this giving in the another visual. But what I did here, 0.25, 0.25, 0.15, 0.17. In the one bar itself, I was able to do it. Well, this is going to be our next chart. Every chart will have some pros and cons. With that cons, we will learn the another chart. That's the easiest way to learn it. Remember this. Just to remember this formula, you will never forget throughout your life. Just to remember, even in your sleep, if I ask you a question, when you will use column chart, you have to clearly tell me when there is a comparison that I can make between a categorical data and a numerical data. Blindly, even in your sleep, you need to tell, I will go with column chart or bar chart. Don't argue with me. Either it's a bar or a column. Both are same. Depending on the readability, I will choose either a column chart or a bar chart. But where it is not fit, numerical, unfit. Throw it out of the box. If you have two numerical values, this becomes a unfit. Is that clear?
Yes, sir.
Okay. With this, we'll stop here. We'll continue the next class. In the next class, we'll do a deep dive on stack to column chart, how to frame it, how it is readable, what formula I can give, everything we will see tomorrow. Okay. Any questions?
Yeah, Santosh. Yes, yes, I.
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay, so this is my first I joined today. So currently, I'm working as a design engineer in electrical manufacturing industry.
Where are you working?
In the electrical industry, a cable
Okay.
design. I'm a cable
Okay.
design engineer. And
Okay.
currently, I'm working in Dubai. Okay. So first, okay, my concern is why I'm looking for Power BI is so what my industry is in Europe and in Gulf. The pay scale is good for my industry which I'm working in. But the issue with my industry is that the jobs are very scarce and the opportunities came very often. So, if I want to switch, I have to wait for 1 year to get into an opportunity. So, opportunities are very less in this industry. Pay scale is good, but opportunities are less. And if I have to switch, come back to India anytime soon, then in India the pay scale is very less comparatively what is in the Gulf and the Europe. So that is the reason I'm looking for some new technology, and I end up on Power BI.
Okay.
So I just need a reality check. How for the fresher, how is the pay scale and how much you can scale in this industry? Maybe you discussed this earlier, but this is my first session. If you can brief on what is the scenario of Power BI right now in India and across the globe?
See, you're asking in India or outside India, where you're looking for opportunities?
Both. For now, I'm in UAE, so for now I can try here in Dubai. But
See,
later on in future,
so let
yeah.
me tell you, if you ask me, will all the Power BI developers get job? It's a question mark, because what really is important is you have to know which chart to use for what type of data. That is important. You have to think about business. You need to have that clarity of the business. Everything matters, right? So I would say that if you want to crack a job, wherever you are, okay, you're in Dubai, you're in India, you're in wherever you are, one thing is you should know how to talk to business, okay, how to explain the reports. That is important. So opportunities are there. Opportunities are there, but within that opportunity, you need to crack it. For that, you need to understand right from basics how you can explain this to a client. See, if I was a Power BI developer, the way I would explain is, in case if I have this visual, right? Imagine I need to give this presentation to my clients. Okay, so imagine that I need to give presentation to my clients. So with the way I would expect is, hey, hi, if you see right, the first top 3 categories, if you see phones, chairs, and storage, they're almost contributing to almost 50% of the sales, starting with 330K, 320K. And one thing which can really focus is, we are happy that the business is making good in terms of phones and chairs, but we really have to concentrate on this. So these are the products which is actually giving a negative back to the business. So why don't we give some offers, discounts, cashbacks, and why don't we improve this? So this is how I'm talking to my client. Your clients will see this, but you need to not only be a reporter. I have done this, but I am not only a Power BI developer. I should also give suggestions, right? So opportunities is there, but how to crack it? You need to be always on top of it. All the small things matters. How you present, how you do the report, the quality of the report, the quality of presentation, everything matters. So in case if 10 people are competing with you for a job, I cannot say all 10 will be on the same scale. 5 to 6 opportunities. If that the top 5 who has really have that like data analytics in the complete passion, right? You look at the passion wise, just don't look at the job. You have to come out of it. Okay, let me present it in this way. Let me understand. You have to think that like it's your business. If you think like your business, anyone can achieve in this field. The people who will not be able to achieve in this field is they'll be doing the report. They'll not be able to think from a business perspective. So if you are like thinking from a business perspective, and if you are okay to contribute for reports, for sure opportunities are there. Dubai, India, Pakistan, Sri Lanka, wherever you go, opportunities are there. You just need to explore and apply the right companies.
Okay. So whatever you said, if all of those things took place in the right manner, how much I can expect as a fresher? What should be the bracket I should expect, so I could get at least this much and maximum this much? This should be the bracket.
I mean, you don't have work experience?
I do have work experience, but in the Power BI, I will be a fresher, or maybe
No.
I can show some experience.
See, let me tell you very frankly, okay?
Okay.
I'm actually working for a company, right? I actually work for a company. Tomorrow I am teaching you data analytics. You go and tell someone, I have learned Power BI. Can you give me a job? Do you think they'll give you?
Maybe not.
No, sir.
It's not maybe. They will not give. They will not give. Why will they give? There are lakhs of people who are actually knowing with experience. Will they give opportunity or will they give you opportunity? Now, if you want to get a job, you have to tell that you have experience. That's one person, you have to do it. Never expect like you will go as a fresher here. I mean, people who are already fresher, they'll go as a fresher. But you have a work experience. In that experience, modify last 2-3 years of your experience into Power BI. What you worked, let you work in mechanical company, you work in civil company, you work in hospital, wherever you work. Based on that, we'll build a project for you. that project, you showcase that as I worked as a Power BI developer. So if you have 5 years experience, you can say that I started my career with XYZ role. For the last 2 years, I've been working as Power BI developer. This is my experience. You have to get into a company with 2 years. If you go with 2 years, Indian amount, I would say for 5 years, overall experience, you can crack up to 18 to 20 lakhs.
Okay, and what's the bare minimum?
Minimum, I would say 3 times your experience. 5 years means 15 lakhs will be minimum. Maximum will be 20, 22.
Okay, got it. Okay, thank you so much.
No one will give you a job if you say that I'm a fresher. Remember that.
Got it, got it.
I mean, these are not applicable for freshers who have passed out in 2022 or 2023, right? This doesn't apply for you. I'm saying for the people who already worked, and you simply go and say, I have learned Power BI and KSR data vision, give me a job. No one will give you. You have to showcase the experience. Okay, next question.
Yeah,
Sorry?
Actually, this question is for Mahesh, I guess.
You asked
actually,
me. Yeah.
This question is for Mahesh, I guess. Yeah, I mean, what about the doubt clearing session? If any, have any doubts?
See, once you get registered, you will be added into a WhatsApp group. I'll also be there. All the batch people will be there. Mentors will be there, and I'll be there. So if you have any questions, if something is not working, you can always take a screenshot and you can send it in the chat. Mentors will respond. If mentors are not responding, by end of the day, when I see the message, I will respond. This is the first way of communication where you'll get an immediate response. Or else, once you get into this registration, right, you will be given a ID, Teams ID. Okay, see, I'll show you. You'll be given a Microsoft Teams. If you want to communicate with me, you have to communicate over Teams, or you can send an email. See, so I'll show you. So a lot of people would have texted me, right? So they would have texted like they have sent a resume and they would have asked some question, right? See, I've found some mistakes. So they're all asking questions, right? So obviously I need to go and answer them. So I will do that. So whenever I have time, I will be giving a response. Everyone will be given with one KSR email ID, and all the communication will happen over this. This I would say I will reply in one day, but WhatsApp will be your first way of communication where any doubts you can always reach out to me. I'll give you the response, or the mentors will be there.
Yeah, thank you, Santosh. And then if the timing in the night from 8 to 9:30 is not good for me, right? Then can I join the morning session?
Morning also we have one batch, 8 o'clock we have one batch, but it's almost coming to end. You may have to wait for 15-20 days or even 1 month. New batch will start.
Yeah, okay. Thank you. Thank you.
Hello.
Yes.
Santosh sir, Govindra here.
Yes, tell me.
Sir, for example, for me, it's a shift rotation work. So it is possible to attend, for example, first and second shift.
Not
for
a
example,
problem.
First shift.
Not a problem. 1 week you attend. Second week, if you're not able to attend, go with recordings. Same day. Let's say if I disconnect the call now, in the next 30 minutes, the recordings will be there. So go with recordings. Again, after when your shift is back, attend the recording. I mean, attend the live class. So you have to make sure that you stick on to your mind. Okay, today I have a shift. Classes also on the same time. Okay, let me go and attend recording. So recordings will be available every single class. See, even in the doubts people are asking, right? Even that is getting recorded. So you need not worry about anything like missing topics, missing questions. Nothing will happen. You can always go and attend the recordings. 1 week you attend live, 1 week you go with recordings, 1 week you attend. Whenever your shift is there, adjust yourself.
Hello. Yeah, I want. Hello.
Yes.
Sir.
Yes.
Yeah, the thing is, I'm from software field itself. Like initially, I worked as a support engineer. Later on, I moved to web development. But due to passion on this data, so I started searching for jobs in this data. Initially, I came while searching in Google, I got Power BI zone. Later on, to get calls, I added data engineer to my resume, so getting calls. But which one is easier? I don't have experience in this. Data field, but I was passionate with that. So, for me, which I have worked in the front end side in the software field in web development. So I was interested in this data field. So which one would be easier for me? Like just I know the basics of SQL. So yeah, the thing is, I was in the middle of it.
See, one thing I'll tell you is all three technologies are demand. Okay, data science.
Yes.
Okay, and data analytics.
Yeah.
And data engineering. All three are in demand only. Okay. Now the choice is yours. What you choose. Data analytics comes with less coding. Okay. Mainly you will be focusing on reporting. This is what main role. And the things which you have to know is SQL, Power BI, or any tool, or Azure. This is what happens. But data engineering is more coding. Okay. Here what you need to know, you have to build a data pipelines. When I say data pipelines, you have to learn SQL, you have to learn Python, you have to learn big data, okay, and you have to learn Azure. So Azure or any cloud. So this is how it goes. But when you're talking about a data science, I would say it's a moderate coding. Okay, moderate coding. Here also you need to know SQL, you need to know statistics, you need to know Python, you need to know machine learning. So this is what it happens. Now, to answer your question, very simple. Tougher the subject, more the salary. Straightforward answer. Tougher the subject, more salary. Data engineers are paid more. I have seen people for 5 years, they're almost getting even 30 lakhs. In KSR also, we have an example. Just 5 years, they've got 30 lakhs. But if you ask me, I teach all three. Honestly, this is a bit tough. When I say tough, you have to learn coding. But you have a passion that I can do it, you can go for it. But coding will be there. You have to understand the concepts. If data analytics requires 1 hour of practice, this requires 2 hours of practice. Right? For a beginner, we always prefer this because they want to get that experience. Directly jumping into a 5th floor, going one by one, it makes sense, right? So people who are okay with getting into IT, they'll always prefer go with data analysis because it's easy. See, what we did was today is easy, right? Just we have to do a report. So this comes under data analytics. Data engineers, while getting the data, right? Today we got very clean data. See how the data is clean, but you will not get clean data. You have to do data cleaning, data transformations, missing values will be there. Who is going to do? Data engineers. So that is why it is a bit tough. And by understanding this, we know that this product is not making sales. Now, one person will give suggestions. Hey, give offers, give discounts, give cashbacks. Why don't you improve the sales? Who is giving this idea? Data scientist. So each one has different role. Highest salary is paid for data engineers, and it is also the toughest subject. The easiest subject is data analytics. You'll still be paid a decent salary. I'm not saying it's bad. You'll still get 5 years for data analytics. If you get 20 lakhs, data engineers will get 25 lakhs. If you're happy with 20, go for data analytics. If you want to get into high package, data engineering. All in all, one person who cleans the data, one person who reports the data, one person will give suggestions to the business. All three roles summarized. Now choose which is your interest in this. Based on your interest, you can choose it.
Yeah, clear. And I have one more doubt. Where this Snowflake comes, I heard about Snowflake, that is a
data engineering. Data engineering can be done with different tools. Okay, so here you can do it in Azure. You can do it in Azure. You can do it in AWS. You can do it in Snowflake.
Oh.
So you want to cook food in your home, okay? You want to cook food. Will you prefer gas stove or you prefer electric stove? Both you can do, right?
Yes, yeah.
Yeah, similarly. For data cleaning, I can do in Azure, I can do in AWS, I can do in Snowflake. See your wish. Companies use different tools. Whichever is using Snowflake, you will get a Snowflake as a job. Whichever company is hiring for Azure, they'll hire Azure data engineers. As simple as that.
Yeah, the coding with SQL and Python is common in all this cloud environment, right?
Yes.
Like Azure, AWS,
Yes.
Yeah, and the thing is, I had around 7.7 years of experience. Just the thing is, I have attended the interviews as well. as there are 3 rounds, I was in bit of 2 rounds and I'm unable to clear the managerial round where I couldn't explain the end-to-end project of this data engineer or analytics, where I am preparing by my own initially. So I thought to attend these online classes and I attended. So he initially joined this class. Yeah, really thank you for explaining this well.
See, you go through this course, you will get confidence of surviving in company. That's the first step. Once you work for data analytics for 1 year, then easily you can jump into data engineering. It's not a big deal. Anyone can learn.
Okay. Initially, this means I need to prefer data analytics, then move on to data engineering.
See, if you are okay with learning coding concepts, I can do it. Okay, if you have that confidence, go for data engineering directly. I would say you attend data engineering demo also. Since you're attending Power BI for the 5 days, right? You attend data engineering also. You'll get the clarity. Based on that, you will understand, okay, why this course, why that course, pros and cons, salary, location, everything matters. Then obviously you can take a call.
Yeah, yes. Okay, fine. Yeah, it's good idea. I will attend both the classes and so that I will get aware
See,
of
10 days, 10 classes is there. 5 classes in data analytics, 5 classes in data engineering. Attend all the 10 classes. Then you decide.
Oh, nice.
Rather than we telling, right? You can decide by going through the demo, you will understand better. End of the day, interest should come. Just because it is paying you salary, you cannot join. Your interest should also be considered.
Yeah, really, I'm passionate about this data because nowadays data is important, right, for business.
See, I've worked in all three, okay? I've worked in all three. Data science, data analytics, data engineering, all three I've worked. All three are super interesting. If you understand the subject, super interesting, right? Everything is all about data. You need to understand the concepts. So it's up to you. You want to go with, you want to start with a less coding, go for data analytics. No, I'm very passionate. I can work with the big data. I can work with analysis, go for data engineering. So I would say request, attend both the demos. You'll get the clarity.
Okay. Thank you so much.
Any other question?
Santosh.
Yes.
Yeah, Manjunath here.
Yes.
So my doubt is like I have started with Power BI class. So this is starting. So I missed SQL. So you told that there will be class starting in the morning batch in the August end. So will it be pleasurable like evening Power BI and in the morning SQL? Will it be pleasurable or we can manage or how you recommend?
It's not pressurable because SQL comes with only 20 days, 20 classes, right? Okay. So here you are attending Power BI, Azure Fabric, almost like 75, 80 classes. Compared to that, SQL is nothing. Okay. If you feel like hectic, just attend one live class, take SQL recording. If you get registered in the same batch, you'll get SQL recordings also. Go with recording. Saturday, Sunday, whenever you're free, go with recordings. Okay. If you want live class, then it will be hectic. Morning one, evening one. But again, it's not a big deal. Evening, you're just going with Power BI. Morning, you're going with just one hour, 15 minutes class, right? Nothing. It's just like your, imagine like 2 parts, morning one, evening one. Simple. We can do it.
My doubt is like if we don't understand in that case, I'm just clearing the things.
Okay. Let me be clear. There is never, no one has ever come to KSR saying that we did not understand.
Okay.
So if you focus in the class, 100% you will understand.
Okay. Fine, Santosh.
Not even a single person in KSR has come to us saying that we did not understand the subject.
Okay. I thought maybe it be pleasurable. Okay. That's answerable. Thank you. And one more this thing, Santosh, and when will be the class will be getting over like end date for this batch?
So I will never tell you the end date, okay, because I never finish it on time. Very simple. For me, subject clarity is important. We never rush it up. Okay, I have to finish in 3 months. I have to finish it in 4 months. No, as long as we complete the syllabus, we complete the project, everyone resume is prepared and you are ready to apply, till that day, the classes will go. We say 4.5 months. It may go 5, 10 days or even 15 days extra.
Okay, this match maybe it takes like October, because I'm asking because of like
we started in the August, right? So August, September, October mid, October end. Yeah, by November first week you should be able to go complete it.
Because I'm asking this question that I have I can reimburse the amount and things. I need to give the dates for the company. So
Yeah,
I'm
you can
working profession.
give you can give
So I
November,
just want to confirm. Yeah. Okay.
August, September, October. Yeah, October end you can give.
Mhm. Okay, fine. And one more doubt, Santosh, last one. Like I'm confused with Power BI and Tableau. So you gave few things, but can you give few more things? I'm a bit
See,
confused with Tableau and the Power BI.
see, both are BI tools only. Okay,
Mhm.
you can build reports. There are few advantages in Power BI. There are few advantages in Tableau. Companies who use Tableau will go for Tableau. Companies who are using Power BI will go for Power BI. Now, you learn this chart, right? What is this chart? Today, what you learned? You learned
Bar
column chart and bar
chart
chart,
and
right?
Yeah,
In
yeah.
Tableau also, it is same only.
Mhm.
It is same only. Charts will never change. Only the
Okay.
drag and drop options may change. That's it.
Oh.
But Power BI is used extensively by a lot of companies. That is why we are learning Power BI. And we specifically call you data analyst. Data analyst means you can either do it in Power BI, you can either do it in Tableau, or you can even do it in Excel. You need to know how to analyze. All good?
Yeah, Santosh, from my end. That's it.
Anyone else?
No, sir.
Okay. So we'll stop here. We'll continue tomorrow. Okay. Thank you all.
Thank you.